Hello, guys. So I am at a samurai, yes, a samurai museum, and I am freaking going nuts because I am absolutely fascinated with the samurai soldiers, and also like Mongolian warriors, and but samurai soldiers have like a special like place in my heart. So right now I'm just looking at one of the um soldiers armor. It's pretty dope. Like, this is freaking dope. I'm like, look at this. Like, look at this armor on this guy. I don't even see where he even had a weak point. Like, where would they strike? I mean, the way that is put together, I don't understand how they could even attack this guy with this armor on. But let's go. You know what I was surprised about? The way that they welded the material. Like those two, the hat that you see in the background, well, I guess it's an armor hat. Those were two sheets put together, like to form a hat and welded on. I thought that was so dope. Those were masks. Like, I freaking love samurai. I saw like the last one you see with the U at the top. I think I've saw like a mask like that before. I've seen it before. I'm not sure where, but that right there is like the material that they use, like metals that they use to actually put excuse me, actually put actually make the samurai. Next, this here is just, if you look closely, I was freaked out because I read that not only were men samurai soldiers, women were. And that weapon that you just saw was the weapon of choice. Like, they used that weapon. And I thought that was pretty dope. Like, samurai women as soldiers, they trained. Like, I don't know. Blew my fucking mind. So, everyone knows samurai soldiers are originally from Japan. Um, I'm not sure about the Mongolian warriors. I know that they fought the Mongolians a lot. And here I thought this was just armor, but come to find out, this is actually a chest. So a lot of the things they kept inside here, and the armor you see on the top is just for decoration. It's made out of beads and leather. It is absolutely beautiful, and I love it, love it. Look at it, it's so beautiful. So here are just like metal masks. Um, those are pretty cool. They used to make these masks were leather, and they realized leather didn't protect them much, so they decided to start mixing the leather with the actual different metals to make they armor as strong as possible. So that's, come on now, Japanese people are so intelligent. So sooner or later they would have figured out like what to do. But yes, I was freaking out with the masks. They are so cool. Look at those masks. Also, this was so dope. This was an Italian hat. Okay, so it was brought in through trade, and of course you utilize whatever you can utilize during war, and this hat was used during the European resistance. So like I'm sure they make their metal just as good as they do in Japan, but I thought that was so cool to see an actual samurai soldier with that type of armor on, like anything to protect yourself though. And I'm believing that those the hair that you see, I'm thinking it's made out of Mongolian fur, like because they use a lot of Mongolian fur back in those days. So I'm assuming, I'm not for sure, but it seems as though that what it is. So yeah. So this is also like part of the costume, and yeah. So I thought that was really cool. Like European, of course they did trade with Japan. Japan had all the spices and everything you could even want to dream of. So this here is just another armor, and that television that you see is actually those are Japanese men explaining exactly how that it was made, like how they made the mask and the armor back in, the days of Mongolian war. I mean, I'm sorry, Mongolian wars. Samurai soldiers. So this here is just this is a mask. I'm standing there just reading it because I was trying to figure out like exactly what this mask was used for, because this one out of all of them was kind of different. Like I saw this mask before. I mean, I'm sorry, mask. I mean hat. This hat armor. I saw it before. Over here it's just like the wall is just full of art and explaining centuries and centuries of, the fights, how things were made, stuff like that. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I stood there for a little while and checked out, read it and checked out the craftsmanship that they was doing. They was there making swords. And here is just more warmer, and I thought he was very interesting. And I noticed that a lot of these armors, like the size are very tiny. So, a long time ago, people wasn't that tall. And I'm sure even then, people were even shorter, like in Japan. So it's almost like kid size, like, but it's still like intimidating. Like if you look at those masks, look at those armors, those hats. Those are for the legs, to protect the legs. Um, and a lot of stuff. The craftsmanship is unfreaking believable. Those are different hats, armor hats, and there's a mask. And I thought this display that's coming up dope. Now I saw those on it kind of looked like those Chinese hats. I found that fascinating. I was wondering when they did make that, did they kind of, get that from the hats that the Chinese, I see a lot of, they don't be in bronze or metal, but they do have hats like that that's in straw, though, in that shape. And those things you see right on side of that armor hat, look at that. That's the centipede at the top of the hat. Thought that was dope. The things that's on side of this armor hat are called stirrups, and they are for like you put them on a horse. I know you guys know what stirrups is though. When you ride a horse, I'm gonna show you later in the video what stirrups are if you don't know what they are, but they're used when you ride a horse for you to put them on top of a horse. And that's just me reading some history about what I'm looking at. Because, like I say, I'm in freaking heaven. I love Samurai Soldiers so much. Like, I love the movies. I am a fanatic. But I got the treat of my life because it's coming up. I didn't know exactly if they was going to have exactly what I really wanted to see. But, because so far I have been seeing a lot of just, armor and some of the items that they brought back, that they carried during this period. But later on the video, I will let you know. As you can see right here, like a lot of that stuff they mimic from nature, like the centipede on top of the hat. And the other hat you just saw had a giant fly on it, I think. I'm not sure what that was, but a lot of their outfits, their hats are, based on nature. So, yeah. All right, so now it's telling me that, this stuff was made out of iron. I can't say that word. It's gonna kill me to say that word. So this right here, like, I thought this was so freaking dope. I'm sure the top is made out of antelopes. I don't know, like an antelope head. Oh, and guess who that is? That's me. So I'm standing in front of another samurai soldier with his armor, and he looks very intimidating. Like, really intimidating. I thought he was so dope. Look at him just sitting there. That was so freaking dope to me. I'm like, OMG. Like, so yeah, I'm still checking out this samurai soldier over here. Now I'm looking at some that I found absolutely breathtaking. So beautiful. I noticed the carving that's inside that plate. I'm trying to get like a good picture of it. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I didn't know. Now, I know Buddhism existed back then, of course. And I wasn't for sure if those are Buddhist monks are they like, I'm not sure, but I got my answer kind of at the end. Like, and I think this was one of the most beautiful. It was so beautiful. I love that chess piece. It was so beautiful. And I don't know, like I think the bottom of that is made out of pure like iron, like or some type of metal, of course. But at times though, because the because the craftsmanship is so beautiful, you can't tell. I can't even tell unless it's like bright colors like that if it's beast or not. So this one right here looked the most intimidating. Um, so this one, I thought this was dope. I of course saw that before in movies. I'm sure it wasn't a real one, but I have saw this one I hadn't saw before. I thought this was very interesting. It looked like as though it was took from the Italian hat ornament. It kind of looked like they kind of tried to replicate that. And on the top, if you look really close, those are, I think they're called, I can't think of the name of them. Like, they have them in Egypt. I think they call beelups or scallops, something like that. But I thought this was so dope. Again, like I said before, they mimic a lot of their things from nature. And oh my God, when I saw him, I was like, OMG. It looked like the top doors, those are antelopes at the top of his head. I thought this one was beautiful too. The craftsmanship, OMG. Notice like I love the design in the middle of the chest. That is so dope. He is pretty scary, pretty intimidating. Oh no, it looked like there might be a mythical creature on top of his head. Japan has so many different mythical creatures, so and it could have been a dragon. So I'm not sure because dragons do bring good luck, and I definitely, if I was in war, I would want to have a dragon on my armor, like definitely. But yeah, these two guys are very well. It's three. They're all intimidating, and I love the design. Remember at the beginning when I told you about the stirrups? Like, if you look right at the bottom where the soldiers' feet are, let me get back over there. You will see those. Those are stirrups. So here, this was. I was so impressed on the selections that was brought into this museum because when I first saw this, um, this is the idol that they use for sacrificing, I guess, to the gods. And I was so, I couldn't believe I saw that. It was so dope. And here, those are some more stirrups that I told you, like, was on the horse, that I just showed you. These are for the horse face. So, yeah, let me go back over here and show you guys. See, right at the bottom right there, those are stirrups. Those are the things that was collected in this museum. They had came across a lot of those, and I thought that was very cool. And here is, I guess, well, armor for the horse because of course the horse need to be protected too. I mean, people do attack the horses. I hate to say that during battle, but let me tell you something. When I fucking saw this, a real samurai sword, I was fucked up. I could not fucking believe I was looking at a real samurai sword. I almost had tears in my eyes. Those little medallion things you see on the side, those are like if you look where you the handle where you hold the actual sword, those are what those are. And I cannot believe for the first time in my life I was looking at a real samurai sword. And I felt some go through my body. And that right there, of course, they not only use swords, I guess when the turn of the century started, they started using firearms, and that particular gun, like a gun from like the Revolution days or whatever. I'm sure it was through trade, because Japanese people are known to not like to use fire weapons during war. And I was looking at the detail of some of the sources in the background, the art, but I was so, oh my god, that was so dope. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the music because I'm about to end this video. I hope you guys like and subscribe to my channel, and also make sure you guys if you make sure you guys comment below. So thank you guys for watching, and bye.